I'm gonna tell you a story. First thing you understand though is time doesn't work the way you think it does. Now, to begin this notion of time doesn't work the way you think it does, today is a Sunday. I'm Buddhist, but I'm down with Yahweh. So, or Allah, if you prefer that particular name. So, try to believe if you're actually thoroughly devoutly Christian that this is actually not intended to be disrespectful of me. But I've blessed some cherries so I can take the Eucharist today. I'm probably gonna have that later. But so this is, I'm not joking. I made this kosher, halal, and Eucharist. So that's blood and body of Christ. I'm not even joking. On that note, I'm going to be doing something in terms of a little bit of a tarot, karma tarot. This is from Tarot of the Spirit. This is from a my favorite like go-to tarot deck that I got, believe it or not, from a porn store. I was just like in there one day. I was like, "There's tarot cards here. They're like dusty and like look largely forgotten, but like they were there." So I was like, "I'm buying these." I snapped them right up. They have wonderful art too. Like this. This is amazing. This is just a thorough like. This really is like Purnajanan reincarnation right there. That is karma. Like everything reflects on itself. Everything is one cycle that goes back to whatever you did will come back to you. That's just how it is. But anyway. But think about things like the hermetic tools, like swords, correspond with platonic solids. For example, wind corresponds with the platonic solid of a 8-side figure. Funny thing about that, that's actually the same shape as that's essentially the atomic number of oxygen. So the platonic solid for an 8-sided die is equivalent to air, is equivalent to oxygen. Let that just ruminate for a bit. I have matches for fire. And this is supposed to be, as I understand it, as a pyramid, it's supposed to be a flame tip. That's how they got to that, from like the Greek point of view. How they got to the 8-sided, I got no idea. They imagine water to be 20-sided, like as a platonic solid, which is fascinating to me. And then there's Earth, which is 6-sided, which is like, I think like that might actually be carbon. I think carbon might be 6. So that would be hilarious if carbon is 6. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know oxygen is 8. But anyway, and then we have my cup, a little shot glass with a. Oh, I have a bunch of these, by the way, because I started messing around with putting like a drop of my blood on stuff, and then putting a blessing on it to just like solidify it. These I made blood tokens for myself, so I put them on a lot of stuff. Here's a coin. This is a Chinese style coin that has a hole in the center from the old style currency. And I also have boop, a Nazaire pendulum. I had another pendulum that had 7 chakra stones on it, but sadly the tip of it broke. I managed to glue it back together, but like, it's not going to be the same. Pendulums require that very uniform shape to function properly. So, on that note, with the correspondence of in platonic solids 4 for fire stuff and 8 for wind stuff, I went ahead and I took all of my swords, knives, and things like that, including my tuning fork, which is in terms of affiliations would be considered a sword, and anointed all of the swords with 8 different oils, and anointed all of my wands with 4 different ones. So I think I've actually gone through and like anointed and abluted like all of my stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right, so Holy Smokin Ashtrays. I'm gonna move like me telling you a story. So part of me doing this is just me having, I wouldn't say too much time on my hand, but some time on my hands, and wanting to do, like do a little channel and put on a little show. You will note this is the actual time I've actually had background light on. All the other times I've been just like dark. We're actually like into the show properly. I guess I've done, I don't know, 40, 50 episodes or so. That's just like preamble, getting into the story of well, at least partially. I mentioned this name once before. So I've mentioned the notion that people shouldn't be rude to samsara. I'm pretty sure that there was like another, um, I'll use the term magician loosely, who's been living around me, probably been living in this area for a lot longer than me. But I'm pretty certain they did some seriously rude shenanigans, um, and it pissed me off something fierce. Like back in 2021, I sort of like psychically crafted this. Well, I don't know who can actually see in the Taras Vapna Akaza. I don't know who can see in astral space, because I generally speaking don't. I just don't. Like I know it's there. I just don't want to see it. I actually I would love to see it, but I just generally don't see it. But I just started making my for myself this stuff called, for lack of a better term, infrastructure. It's literal, actual, just like images of roads and like telephone poles. I just sent it out to go like, for if I wanted to do some magic someday, I'd be like, I already have some like infrastructure for getting me specifically mana wherever I am. I just send it off along roads because most of the places I'm going to go is going to be a road. It's part of why I ended up turning my car into a like a micro moving temple. Like I made myself a little Karyana Mahalaya. But I'm not even joking. But that's part of why I like it's specifically partially for Saint Expedite as a crossroads saint, because like I love Saint Expedite that much. That's just how much I love Saint Expedite. But like even like I don't even like I haven't asked Saint Expedite for money very often because quite frankly I feel like that sort of thing that would be abusing the abilities of a saint. But like one time I needed it. I asked for it. It was there. I did, the proper reply, like thanks to Expedite, like for that $100 that I like randomly, literally found on the street that allowed me to buy a tent for when I was going, like when I wanted to go camping. I literally found $100 on the street. I'm not even joking. Like that's the kind of like that's how I was like that is a saint doing something, if nothing else. And I'm sorry for whoever lost that $100 on that random street, because like it was on the street. It was literally like on the road. I was like walking along, just chilling. I was like, no cars nearby, not even near a house. Like it was out in the middle. I'm not even joking, but anyway, um, so because I don't really see the Tara Cosmos Vapna, I don't really see an astral space, but like, I know it's there. I generally go more by feel, and I got some like really, really bad vibes about a bunch of stuff, including the Danabagya Yoga, including the lottery. And considering I was at the time selling lottery tickets, I was like, why am I getting this uncomfortable vibe from my lottery machine? What is this? Like, what is this? And I'm pretty sure it was just literally because this one person was just like wandering around where I was living for like forever, being like, this is mine, and this is mine. And like, to an extent, we all kind of do that, but like not with like magical intent to like magically spike this as like, no, this is mine, and I'm saying so in astral space to make it more mine in physical. That's unless you have consent of what you're doing that with, and if you're doing that with a freaking lottery, yeah, that's not something you can just be like, the entire lottery is mine. Oh, the heck it is. But like, if you're wondering why I have the word for lottery that quick, it's because of lildims. I don't actually know who lildims is. I would actually prefer that lildims not be real. But by the way, I really actually hope lildims isn't real, because if lildims is real, that's really bad. The stuff that lildims potentially actually did, horrific, vile, not okay. I'm just saying. But anyway, yep. Holy smoking ashtrays. I got a holy smoking ashtray. You know, it's only because there's a halo around it. It's an upside down halo, and it's dark, but like, it's for putting stuff out, so that's why it's that way. It's not like a bad halo. It's just like not being busy right now, or at least it's being busy in a dark way. And a Chayat way. Check it. I got Chayat Mon halo. It's actually very, very bright, but you can't see it because it's Chayat Mon. I'm not joking. Well, I am joking, but only a little bit. So. Do 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 da da da. Check it out. I'm wearing my like sleep training mask so I can be like Jim Mori. I'll be your contradiction. I love that show, by the way. If you haven't seen God of High School, it's legitimately amazing. Also, by the way, Tower of God, legitimately amazing. Um. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, this. I got this symbol specifically from this deck. I've never seen it before, but I freaking love it. Hearts. I sort of coined that as like the mystery card because that's the card of like we have a mystery to discover. Well, what is it? We don't know. That's why it's a mystery. So, if this is generally speaking reading about this channel I'm doing, Zenith. This means I've basically hit a peak point, which kind of makes sense since I've started doing the lights back there. This means that like I'm actually into the show. I'm finally past the overture. Thank goodness. 50-ish videos in, and I'm finally into the actual show. Maybe that means I'll like slow down and only do like one per week because I'm not gonna lie, I like put all these together in roughly 2-3 weeks tops. Boop 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 ba-doo ba-doo. Woo! Great work. Drawn upside down, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That considering especially that it's coming right after the Zenith or Zerabindu, that means I am actually going into the entering part of the larger part of doing stuff for the great work, which is one of my 10 specific or 13 patrons of first tithe. So that's pretty baller. All right, I'm gonna do one more. 501. Oh look, I have 4 followers right now. 4. So I'm afraid that I'll never hit 5. That's actually a very reasonable fear. You know why? This is YouTube. So you know what? I'm gonna be happy with the fact I have 4 followers. If I lose one of you, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Apparently I did something that didn't entertain you, and that's on me, not on you. But hopefully this is a fear that is unjustified, and that's why I'll be fine. Moving on. I'll do one more. Give me a bhakti, bom bom bom. Bhakti means faith. Dun, dun, dun. If you keep on watching, I'll be happy because I know I definitely can be replaced. And that would be bye. Or close it bye. Cause it's almost 15 minutes and I don't want you to more permanently say goodbye. Dream safely, everyone. Mic drop. A cautious softness pop because it's only Sunday, so Om Kara. Have a good day. Namaste, my followers. How many you be?